for today topics, we will mainly go through all of the mini games and jobs inside of these Adopt Pets map. I will show you how to do each of them, and you can decide which mini games or jobs you want to add into your Adopt Pet maps. You can make it more creative by any ideas that you have, maybe the same game function but new ideas. That would be way better. And I think we'll get straight into my example map because I know this map we already see two games, finding Pier and then the collect eggs falling from the sky. So I will show you guys how to do that. This one we know killing crocodiles. There's also something I forgot. Oh yeah, fishing. Yeah, we remember fishing, killing crocodiles. This one I remember there's a feeding chickens games and something else, maybe fishing also. So yeah, we will not go into these again because we already know what the mini games are, and you guys can always go to the lecture maps to experiment them yourself. I will just jump right into show you guys how to do them, the mini games. So let's get into my tutorial map right here. I already have a bunch of example in my maps, which you can further make it into your own mini game inside of your map. So just keep in mind that I just show you the way to do the functionality of these mini games, and you can just put in any topics anytime into that mini games to make it new, make it original. You get more points from it. So for example, like if you remember the fighting the Pier in the Vietnamese lecture games, it will be similar to this example. So I will just show you how that works. So the whole idea of this first mini game is to find something somewhere and then bring it to an NPC to sell it for money. So in this, my case here is collecting bananas, and once you collect enough bananas in an areas, you can sell it to this NPC for money. Of course, you should make a way bigger area for a mini game like this, so just hide the stuff all over the place for the players to go and collect, and then just set up an NPC to sell it. So yeah, that will be the first example. I will show you how to do this, how to swarm stuff randomly in an area, and you should be good to go. This first example is just all about how to swarm random items in an area for players to collect. Alright, so let's name this first triggers. Collect mini games. Alright, collect mini games. Right, so first you need to choose an area by using the F3 function like this. You need to select this whole area like this. If you have a bigger area, make sure you cover all of it with this area selections. After you got your area ready, your region ready, you go back to your triggers. Now you can add when player click on blocks. Oh wait, here's the thing, I haven't told you guys this. If you have your items as blocks, just like in the Vietnamese maps, then it should looks like this. So it should be a blocks, right? So you put a block there. It should have blocks attributes, and once you do that, you can set up the triggers to when the player clicks on blocks. You need to determine the blocks type. Oh wait, not item type. Determine the blocks type like this. Block in triggers, block in events, and then you go down to custom, because usually it will be custom blocks, but in this example I will find the start blocks right here. Alright, so for the action, you want the player to obtain the items from blocks. So let's say the player will get 1 star when they click on it. So this is just an example, and I will use collect star for this example. So let's find the star. Where is it? I have no idea where the start is. So let's see. Functional. Yeah, they're right there. Alright. Alright, so the next action you want to add is to blocks, and then remove the blocks in event. And then one more action is to create a new blocks. Create new blocks, create the same blocks. Create blocks in event in random position in that area. Random location in the same areas. So let's say region 3. This is not necessary. You can place it any direction you want. So yeah, that's how it works. So first, you create an area. You place the blocks, the plug-in blocks, somewhere in that area, and then once the player find it, they will click on it, and they should get one start like this, and a new block will be swarmed somewhere in the region. I'm not sure which region I picked just now, but hey, now you know how it works. So yeah, that's how you set up a mini game, like collecting things and then sell it to the NPC. If you want to do it my way, like the bananas right here, it would be a different triggers, but it will not be as good as the one that I just showed you just now. So let's just show you the second ways you can do this as well. So collect minigame 2. So the way that I do the bananas triggers is actually when the player enter that region. Oh wait, no, when the player move in that region, moving. And for the condition, you need to select the area that you want to set up that mini games. You need to go to player, and then where is it? Where is, oh yeah, determine in which area, right here. Select the areas, and then you can, all right, the area, and then you go to action, you go to items down here, and you create drop items right here. So yeah, it might, example, I just create bananas everywhere when you move in that area. So yeah, if you do the minigame this way, it will be a very easy minigame because when you're moving, the items just swarm continuously, and when you collect them, you should set up a huge amount to actually transfer it to money, because it's so easy to do. If you do the collect minigame this way, it will be more challenging, more fun, because you have to actually go around, find where the item is. It can be anywhere, depends on the region that you select. It can be swarmed anywhere. Alright, so that is the first two triggers for the mini games. Oh yeah, and if you still haven't know, the minimum amount of mini games you need to have in the Adopt Pet game is from 2 to 3. Right, so you need to have at least 2 mini games or 3 mini games or jobs you can get coins or money from. For house you need 3 to 4, and for the pets you need 4 to 5. All right, that's the minimum number. You can have absolutely more than that. That will be a lot better and a lot more chance to win. All right, so for the next example is this one. This one is you need to get through the a parkour course or an obstacle course to win some coins. So that's how it works. So you need to build a small parkour course on obby, and then once the player reach the end of the obby, he will get some coins, and he will be transport or teleport back to the start. That's the whole idea of this. So in order to do this, you can easily set up with one triggers. So first, like I said, you need to build the whole obby or parkour course, a small one, but make sure it is more challenging than this. This is just an example, so I made it way obvious and easy looking. Alright, so what you need to do is you need to go to the end of the course, the obby. You want to go to your spot selection function, number 2 with the F3. You select the spot at the end, or you select, oh wait, no, you select the region at the end. So you want to select all of the finishing region of that obby, and then you have that region. You can create the trigger for this mini game. So it's only one triggers, also very easy. Let's call this an obby. How do you spell obby? Is it 2B? Is it 1B? I never actually write this word. I know you see this word a lot in Roblox and stuff, but I have not actually write this word down before. Anyway, obby mini games. Let's just keep it that way. Right, so obby mini games. So okay, so the event is when the player reach the end, so which means the player enter the region that you have select at the end. So you want to select the player enter areas. Select the region you just create. Make sure you name your region so you know which one it is. And then you want to do this action right here, no condition. Go straight to action and go to player. You want to teleport the player, change location to the starting location or the swarm location of the games, because you don't want them to just stay there and just get a lot of money from spamming, jumping or anything. So teleport them back to the start or the swarm point of the maps, and then give them some money. So player add items, so give them maybe, it depends on you how much money you want to give the player for completing a course, or the RPs. Depending on how hard the RP is, maybe you make different level of RPs. The easy one, the normal one, and the hard one. Maybe you make some interesting term like mountain climbings or marathons, whatever you want to do. Like parkour maps, you have many ideas, right? Right. So make sure you have a reasonable amount of money for them to complete the RP or course, and then yeah, that should work. Once they complete the RP or parkour course, they get the amount of money they are deserved with. Right, so that should be the second mini games example we have. Right, for the next one we have this one. Oh yeah, this one is super easy. This one is just click a blocks and you get some gold coin. Alright, so the idea of this one is that you create some kind of clicking job, like you stand in a fast food restaurant or like some kind of supermarket, and you just want to click on stop, and once you do that you get some money. It's a very simple idea and very simple function. So I don't know if it's fair, because all the mini games you have to do a lot more. So let's see, how can you make it more challenging? Alright, so also you can do it like this one, but instead of get in the area, you can do like when the player go through the course or RP and then they reach that part where they can click on the blocks, they get some gold coins. Or you can do like when they click on the blocks, the block disappear and it will drop some gold coin, and then a new blocks will appear somewhere else in the area. So the mini games here, let's call it the clicking mini games, right? Clicking mini games. Alright, so for this third mini games, you have to select the region that the whole mini game will be happen in. So then you start the trigger with when the player click on the blocks. Click on blocks and you go to condition, you select the block type. You select block type in event, you go to template library, you go to custom, usually custom. You select the blocks you want to use. But for this example, I will use the gold blocks right here. Alright, so what will happen is the blocks will disappear. If you want to make it more challenging, make the blocks disappear. Remove blocks and then create some coin at that area for the player to pick up. So go to items, you go to create drop items right here. You can set the amount of drop item you want, like 10 coins or 15 coins on the ground, but make sure you make it reasonable, right? So select the blocks in coins or currency you have in your maps, and then add in one more action, which is create a new blocks in that area, maybe random position like the first mini games, to make it more challenging. So go to block again, you create a blocks, select the blocks you want to create. In my example is the gold blocks. Go to function library, go to random location and select the area for that mini games. Let's say this one. Alright, that should be it. That should make the mini game more challenging. Alright, so clicking mini games done. Alright, moving on to this one. Oh, this one is kill creature, but I don't see any creature right here. I must have clicked on it somehow. Alright, so this is just similar to the kill crocodiles mini games in the Thai lectures map. So you kill a creature Yeah, you kill a creature and you get coins for it, and then a new creature will swarm somewhere in that area. So just random location. Make sure you have bigger areas than in my example, because it will make your gameplay better, the gameplay experience a lot better. So as you can see, this one is simple, straight up. You kill a creature, you get coin for it, and you find more creatures in the area to kill to get more monies. So let's set this up. This is a very easy triggers, very straight up mini games. Let's call it hunting mini games. All right, so for hunting mini games, you want to set up a trigger to event player defeat target. Now you go to condition. You want to select creature. You want to select determine creature types. You need to change this into target creature in the event. And then you go to this, you select the custom creature that you set up for the mini games. In the tile lectures map is the crocodiles. In my map is this per titan creatures. Alright, so for the action, you want to give the players some coin by adding item to their bar, their, what do you call the item bars, or you can make the currency drop on the floor, just like in my example, like create drop items. If you want the coins to drop on the floor or the ground, or you want to add the coin directly to the player, like in the tile lectures map, you can do the player and add items. So either way, either one of these, don't do both because they will get double the amount. So one of these two ways. And then you want to create a new creatures in that same area but in a random location. So create creatures, create one target creature type in random position in that minigame region. All right, so make sure you have the region of that minigame select, and you need to set the team of this creature to no team. All right, that should be it for the hunting minigames. Also very simple triggers. Alright, so I think all of the minigames is actually easy to do. Only 1 or 2 triggers so far. And the thing is, you have to you need to have creative ideas and topics or terms for that minigames to actually earn a lot of points. Don't make it too like obvious, like similar to the lectures. Like don't take the peer collect idea from the Vietnamese lecture or crocodile killing from the Thai lectures, but think of something new, like hunting something else or hunting bad guys, anything you want to put in, but make sure it's original, right? Alright, so moving on to this mini games or jobs. This one is by far I think the most interesting one because you need your pet to do it with you. So this one I need a pet, so let me just go and get a pet. Alright, let's grab a pet. Alright, so for this mini game, I call it swimming with your pet. So the idea is you can create like have fun with your pet at the beach or at the pool, or just go into a river or anywhere with water and have your pet with you, because for this mini game you need your pet to swim to actually get some money. So the way you do this is, yeah, your pet needs to go into the water areas like this. Come on, jump. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. So once your pet go inside and your pet swim around, trying to push your pet around like that, coins would just drop out. So when your pets just swim around, you will get money from it. Make sure you make a wide area of water because this one is just too small. But hey, it still works, and I will show you how to do it right now with a simple triggers. Alright, so for this next triggers, we will call it the swimming mini games. Right, so for swimming mini games, you want to do event, you want to go to creatures, you want to go to motion stat. Is it a motion stat or your motion stat change? You want to select this to swimming. Yeah, swim. And then you want to go to condition. You want to select the area of the mini games. Or not, because if your maps has only one area with waters, then you don't need to select this. But if you have multiple waters areas, you need to select the area which the mini game is in. So This is the condition for maps that have a lot of waters areas. So go to creatures, you go to determine in which areas, if you have different water areas. So then you go to action, you want to select items, you want to select create drops items just like before. So create the coins, depend on how much amount you want to set up for the mini games. So whenever the creature swim in that area, coin will drop, and player with the pet can just pick it up. So very simple. So the swimming mini games only one triggers also. Alright, so let's just hold on, let's just go through this again. Make sure you guys got it. So collect mini games 1 is the triggers, collect mini game 2 is the triggers, the offbeat mini games, clicking mini games, the hunting mini games. There's 2 ways you can get money in this, and then the swimming mini games. Alright, so don't worry if you miss any of the tutorial part in the class, because I will always put out the record video for it on Monday. Alright, so I think we go through pretty much half of it. The next mini game example is this. When you go in the areas, you do some emoji, you get money. Right now I can get money from sending it, but when I do emoji, like which one did I set up? Was it this one? No. Was it this one? No. Was it this one? Okay, which one did I? Oh, this one. Alright, so when you stand in this like state or area and you do this emoji, wait, this one is 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this is the emoji setup. Shift 4, Control 4. Alright, so if you're on a PC, you can easily do emotion or emoji by clicking Control and the number of that emoji. So as you can see, I can easily spam this, and I got a lot of coins from it. All I did was Control 4. Alright, so you can set up different different area for this. The idea is that for these mini games, you need to do a specific emoji in a specific area continuously to earn money. So as you can see, I earn money very fast. So make sure you set up the amount of money for this mini game low, because it's very easy to do. It's not actually very challenging at all. Alright, so how to set up these mini games? All you need to do is let me just name it first. Let's name this the emoji mini games. Alright, so you need to select the area of the mini game first, just like some other example, the region, and then you go to event, you go to player, you go to, oh my god, there's so many things. Where is it? Player, motion stat, click on use props. Oh yeah, use a motion con. Click that, you go to condition, you select player, you select determine emoji, and then you go to this emoji, you select template library, and then you select the emoji you want them to do in order to get the reward. In my example is this one, stretch. Oh wait, no, is this one right? Pose? Yeah, it's pose. But you can do any emoji you want. And then you go to action, you go to items. You can do one of these 2 things. First, that in my example is that you drop the coin at the event space or position. You drop your currency right there and player can pick it up, or you can just add the coins in their pockets or their equipment bar. So you want to go see the player, add items, so add one or more, depend on you, the coins to the player pockets. So one of these 2, just don't do both, do one of these 2. Alright, so this is the emoji mini games, very simple mini games. Alright, now we'll get to the harder mini games, the dropping one, the egg dropping ones, and the one that Dino asked about, the triggers that randomize the item you can get. Right, so for the egg dropping one, it's kind of similar to this. It's kind of similar to the red package that we have in the Lunar New Year event. I don't know if I still get the code right. Let's just check it out. Nope. What did I get wrong? I will just quickly check it because I cannot remember what the code was. Night, day, emoticon, fireworks, definitely not there. Oh, red envelope. Dang it, red envelope, red. Alright. Alright, so for this minigame, it will be like this. So for the idea is that things will fall from the sky like this, and you just have to collect it before it disappears. Right, so when it falls down, touch it and you can grab it like this. So just touch it and you got it. Touch it and you get it. And if you wait for too long, it will disappear. So yeah, I will show you how to set this up. I haven't set the trigger to make things disappear yet, but for the mini games you definitely need to set the disappear part as well to make it more challenging. This might be a bit complicated because it's a loop triggers that you want it to happen over and over again. So yeah, it will be a kind of advanced mini games right here. Alright, but we would try our best to get through this. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to select the errors that the things will drop. So I select the error right here, and also you want to select an errors that it will disappear when it drops. I haven't do that because I haven't set up the disappear part, but it should looks like this. It should looks like the error up there, but it should be down here. So just select an error that the item will just drop there and disappear after some times. Alright, so once you have the two errors, region you need, the drop region and the disappearing region, you go to triggers, you go to new triggers. Oh wait, not here, we should go to the tutorial. Yeah, right here. Alright, so let's set up the first one. Let's name it the dropping mini game 1, because there will be multiple triggers for this one. Alright, for dropping minigame 1, what you want to do is you want to go to event, you want to go to game logic, you want to select when the game is created. Then you go to action, you go to timer, you will go to where is it, display, yeah, run countdown timer. Alright, so you need to create a new timer variables. So just new variable, just name it whatever you want. Make sure you remember the variable, select it, and you can set up the timer here. So let's say 5 seconds, which means every 5 seconds there will be a new wave of like eggs or items that fall down from the sky, depending on how long you want it to be. So for me, I think I will do 30 seconds. Repeat times as false. Alright, right, so that would be that will be our first trigger. So that is the first trigger, it's just the event and the action. Right, so for the second triggers, just make sure you follow this, and I will explain to you why we need these triggers for this specific mini games. Alright, so for dropping 2, we will need to set up the triggers like this. So go to event, you go to game logic, is it game logic? Yeah, game logic, and you select the design the timer change, this one. Alright, so select the timer variable earlier, you go to the condition, you select the value somewhere. It should be a value, play and shove, determine items, team, there's no value, should be a max or min. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, so absolute value right here. Alright, so you select absolute value for condition, and then you change this to you go to here, you put in the variable or function timer time. You select timer time and then select the variable for that timer. Right, so equal to, you just input 1. This means whenever the timer 1 here count down to 1, 30 seconds, count down to 1, then something will happen. Right, so what will happen is things will start falling from the sky. So in order to do that, you must first create the stuff that will fall out from the sky, like the package that you have seen earlier. I will just do it again. This is similar to the X ran in the Vietnamese lecture maps. So as you can see, they fall down with a kind of slow speed so that player can actually go around and catch them. And as you can see, they land. So what these are is that they are animals. They are not blocks, they are actually animals. See, I can hit it. So it proves that these are animals. And you can also try the Vietnamese lecture maps. You can actually hit the X. So why you want to make it an animals? Because as an animals, the models will stay the same size. If you make a block spawn out of the sky, it will be very small and it will not land on the ground like this. So the first thing you want to do before you set up the third triggers for this minigame is that you have to create a trigger, a plugin creatures to resemble that animal. So I have this here. This is an animal. Again, it's not a blocks, it's an animal. If you have a minigame like this, make sure you have some original ideas. So like in the Vietnamese lecture, he had X falling from the sky, so he create an X creatures. You can come up with anything else that you can think of. For this example, I will use this case right here. So once you have that, you can go on and work with the third triggers of this minigame. We'll call it the dropping number 3 triggers. Dropping 3. Alright, so for these third triggers, also the final triggers of these minigames, you only need 3. Yeah, you only need 3. Right, so go back to dropping 2. We have this. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, we have this. And then, oh wait, we don't need 3, we only need 2. Yeah, we only need 2 triggers. Oh yeah, silly me. We only need 2. Alright, so the action we need here is you go to creature, you want to create creatures. So create that creatures that you have created with plugin. And then in random location of the dropping area that you select from the start. So the region that you select on the sky from the start, now you put it here, random location in that area, and belong to noted. Alright, so depends on how many random things you want to drop from the sky. You will need to copy this action many times. So right now it's only 1. If I want more to drop, I will copy it and then I will pass it in that same triggers. So this 2, now is 3, now is 4, and now is 5. Once you have the amount that you need, like the maximum amount that you need, you can create one more action to start the loop again. So the game will just go on by itself. So when it drop, it will just automatically go to count down the timer again and then drop a new one every 30 seconds. So in order to do that, you go to action, you go to timer again, and you go to run countdown timer again. Select that same timers, and select the this to 30 seconds like the beginning, but also plus 5 or 10 seconds for the items to disappear. So it should be 5 or 10 seconds more than the original time that you set up. So it should be 35 to 40 in my example. Alright, so that should be it. The reason why you do not set this to a higher number like 10 or 50, but instead you need to copy this action, is because if you set this number to a higher numbers, they will all drop in the same location. Even if it's random, all of them would drop in the same location. You don't want that to happen. If you copy it multiple times like this, they will drop in different random location in that area. Alright, so that is the 2 triggers for dropping items from the sky. Now how can player obtain those items and then sell it? Alright, so you need to set up another triggers for this. So we'll call this, oh yeah, dropping 3. Alright, dropping 3 is how the player can pick up the drop items and then go sell it to any NPC for money. Alright, so event is when you want the player to get the item as soon as they touch it, not click on it, just touch it. So when the player, you want to select this to collise it. And you go to condition, you want to go to creature, you go to determine creature type, select this to target creatures, and then select the creature that falls from the sky as an item. And then you go to action, you go to creature, you go to remove creature, select this to target creature, and then select one more action, which is players, add items. So add one items that you get from picking up that creatures. Okay, so you need one so this is the creatures. You need to also set one plugin for the item, so it will be the same model as the creature, but it's an item, so then the player can obtain that items and then sell it. Alright, so this is the item, and there you go. That's how the player can get the item, by just pumping into those creatures that fall down from the sky. There's one tip to this, is that when you set up the plugins, for the creature you use the same models, and for the items you use the same models. And for the creature you need to set this attribute. You set the where is it? You set oh yeah, you turn up the movable attributes of the animals, because you don't want the item to just run around when they are dropped down. But make sure before you do that, you go to edit, you go to flight, you turn this on. Make sure you turn this on and you turn this off, because when you turn that on, the item will fall slower than it should be. Normally it will fall very fast, and it's just not very ideal to set up a mini game like that. So make sure you turn the flight on in here, light on, and then you turn this movable off. Alright, save, and then you're done. Alright, so you have the 3 triggers for the mini games, and that's actually all you need. But you also need to make the things that disappear when they fall down. Like you need a set of time for those creatures that fall down and player didn't pick it up on times. So we will have a dropping triggers number 4. So in conclusion, there should be 4 triggers for these mini games. A very advanced one actually, but very good mini games to set up as well. Alright, so for dropping number 4, you need to go to creatures. You need to go to which one of these? Let's see. Triggers. Skill. Alright, I think this one. So let me just double check it. If case going run away, so follow range. No, it's not in here. Never mind. There's no landing. So we go to creature. We go to be created. And then you go to condition. Oh wait, no, you go straight. Oh wait, no, condition first. Creature type. Select the creature type that falls from the sky. Yeah. Okay, so you don't actually need an error for this disappearing creature or make creature disappear. All you need is a trigger like this. So when creature is created, and you select the creature type, you go to action, you want to select timer, waiting times, and you need to calculate the time that it will fall down from the position you set up to the ground, and then plus 5 more seconds. So let's say it will take 10 seconds for the creature to fall down. So it will be 10, and then wait 5 seconds before it disappears, so it will be 15. So that will be the number of seconds I need to set up for these triggers. And then go to player. We will go to creature. We go to remove creatures. Alright, so that should be it. So now if I want to test it out, all I need to do is play mode, and then the timer should start running. So we will see like a bunch of random case falling down from the sky after 30 seconds. If oh wait, I'm stupid, I didn't turn the trigger on like this. Alright, so after 30 seconds we should see like things falling out from the sky, and then when we pick them up, if we pick them up too late, like after 15 seconds and we still haven't picked them up, they will disappear, and then wait a bit more, a new wave will appear. So that should be the whole mini games that we are doing right now. Let's just test this out because this is quite complicated, and just make sure that it works. So 30 seconds before they stop falling down from the sky. Oh wait, I just remember I completely missed something. Hold on, I forget which region is worse. It should definitely be the region. Oh yeah, it's region 11. Right, so region 11 it is. Alright, region 11. I picked the wrong region for this trigger. Dang it. Region 11. I know this will take time for you to actually set up, but this is advanced triggers mini games, and if you manage to do it right, you will definitely get more points for these triggers. Alright, this should work now that I set up the region correctly, and all we need to do is wait 30 seconds. Alright, count down 30 seconds, guys. I should definitely set up a timer, but hey, it's not actually necessary. Alright, for mini games, let's just wait. You can definitely set a lower waiting time, like 20 or 15. Oh yeah, there they are. Right, so we need to pick them up very quick because we know that after 15 seconds they will disappear if we don't pick them up right now. Alright, we got 1, we got 2, and they disappear. See? Perfect. So that should be the mini game that we are going for. Alright, so very shortly after, a new wave will appear on the sky. If we set up the trigger correctly, a new wave should be appear right now. There we go. Alright, so the trigger set is working right now. So yeah, you guys can definitely follow these triggers to make this type of mini games. This is definitely very interesting mini game. I can actually make a whole maps out of these triggers. So all you need is 4 triggers for this game or mini games or jobs. I will go through them again. This is the first one to turn on timers. This is the second one to activate the random package or anything spawn from the sky when the timer is off. And then you need to turn on the timer again. This third trigger is to is for the player to pick up the items if they run into those creatures. And this fourth trigger is to make all of the others items creatures disappear after a short amount of time if the player won't manage to reach them. Right, so 4 triggers for a very exciting mini games. Right, that should be it.